Hey YouTube, as I mentioned in my video yesterday, I guess I should put my elo. I'm at 2200-ish right now. As I mentioned in my video yesterday, week 1 I used Shadow Marowak, Drapion, and Moltres, and then 3 weeks later, not even remembering that first team, I put this team together, and again, it makes sense just because Marowak's week 2 water, and it's week 2 grass, and Jumpluff will deal with that, and Jumpluff. So you do have a double ice weakness, but otherwise Jumpluff is weak 2 fire, and Marowak will deal with that. Drapion stays swap, so very straightforward team. Kind of mentioned you're basically leaving grass Pokemon, and flyers are debatable, but I would probably leave most flyers if you are Marowak on the lead, and bugs are the other one that I would probably leave as well, especially when you have 2 answers in the back here. Not an amazing answer, so the Fury Cutter is neutral. I do let the move go just because I'm worried about like just gonna get punished anyways. You don't want to like burn a shield and then get met with like a ground Pokemon that's going to just slap you anyways, right? So let that move go. Do have some energy. Here comes the second Aqua Tail. If I can get a third one off here, they're going to throw right here. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll let this go. I'll come in with Marowak. I will farm. Let's see if I get to a Rock Slide. I am 1 short of a Rock Slide. I'll probably throw 1 Mud Slap and then a Rock Slide before I get into the Jumpluff. Yeah, put on some shield pressure here, and then I'll instant swap after here. So grab 1 shield, instant swap here. They're staying in. I may shield, yeah. I just don't know what's in the back yet. The X-Scissor to a Shadow would hurt here. It is a Morpeko in the back, so we are going to have to throw this Acrobatics. Good move, but resisted. But Morpeko's pretty glassy. So with that, able to just commit the shield, and Fairy Wind is super effective. So we are going to just commit to the farm down here and come out with some Aerial Aces for the Glycopod here. So farm down, going to get to the first Aerial Ace. This will be super effective, so likely to grab a shield here and try to catch a move. Yeah, I didn't know if they were going to be out of move, so I decided to try and catch, because I think I would have lost CMP. I thought they would have got to a move, but they did not. So get the slap. Now they're at a move, and I think they did not get a charge move off here. If I remember, I get my Aerial Ace off. Oh no, they do get a charge move, so they do have 2 moves. But as you're gonna see, I do live in X-Scissor anyways, so all for nothing. I was gonna say all for nothing because Aerial Ace probably would have taken out anyways if I just stayed in, but do take that matchup anyways. Dedenne, great lead. They will get out into something here. That's something being Ferret. So what I like about Marowak on the lead is that if they come in any sort of neutral matchup here, it's very easy to stay in the matchup, chip, and that just guarantees that you're going to basically win switch here, right? So I really want the Marowak on the Dedenne, so I'm able to just chip, get into the Drapion here. Easy take. Even if they come back in Dedenne, Poison Sting super effective, and Aqua Tails are going to chip. So not the worst thing to see this. Going to put some pressure on. Again, I'd be surprised if they shield, just knowing that I have a Marowak on the front that they're basically drawing dead with anyways. So they will get a move off here. It'll be enough to take out. And they did farm up a bunch, but they decide to let it go. And yes, we are going to do the exact same thing. We are going to chip with Bone Club. And then I'll be interested to see if I try and catch. Yeah. So the reason I'm staying in that long is because I was trying to catch a Scorching Sands. Unfortunately, that did not work. They held it back, and now they're going to be just loaded with Fire Punches here. Which, you know, Marowak is sort of my win con anyways, but even though it's a win con, doesn't necessarily mean I don't want to get some moves off here and put some pressure on with these Aerial Aces. So I could let the next, well, they actually let that go, which is kind of surprising. This will put on some pressure. I don't know what they are doing. They are really letting their Pokemon go low with shields here. Do take it out. And now just come and double shield and slap down. So yeah, their Pokemon went too low for going against a Mud Slap user here. I appreciate those of you who are watching. I do not expect many people to watch today. It is Go Fest today. I hope you're out there having fun. I will be out there. Weather in Canada has been super crazy. I know a lot of the US got the heat wave too. So we got a super heat wave. It was like 35 degrees without the humidex and like 40 something with the humidex, which is very rare for us. But that also means that there's going to be rain. And they were calling for earlier in the week rain Friday and Saturday. So I'm hoping that it's not raining today. If it is, I'll kind of limit how I play GoFest. But as I mentioned before, most of my GoFest is going to be focused on the raiding anyways today. So JUMPLUFF gets an aerial ace off. Down a shield here, which is not ideal. Talonflame comes in, got the aerial ace, which is nice. This will be chip. Worried that they just farm me down and come out. Yeah, that's why I'm coming to snipe here. There's no way I'm letting them farm me down and come out with multiple moves when I'm already down a shield. So grab one shield. They eventually get into Superior. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have a Talonflame weak to rock, double weak to rock, you probably have an answer for rock / ground. Not ground, but like those Pokemon on the back. Drapion is a nice answer to Superior because they are resisted on the Frenzies. So they just have to go Aerial Ace. Although Frenzy resisted is still probably just as good as the non-stab Aerial Ace. I do catch a Frenzy on my JUMPLUFF, which, you know, was a good catch, but now they just farm me down. And now I think they're going to be at 2 moves here, which is going to cost me this matchup. So there's one fly. And yeah, because they were so loaded with energy before, here comes the second one, and I will go down here. So we'll do more of a just Dan talk about GoFest and Summer and everything here. Just because this is the exact same team as yesterday, I will just go over quickly again how you play this team. Lead, if it's a grass Pokemon, if it is a flying grass Pokemon, out for sure. Flying and bug, 90% you're out of those matchups too, depending on what the flying and ground are. Sorry, the flying and bug are, because some flying and bug you can hit super effective with the rock slide, but 90% of the time it's not worth staying in. So those I would get out, grass I would get out, Drapion on your safe swap. Then you just need to make a decision in the mid game there. Do you want to flip switch? Can you flip switch? Can you grab a shield? Do that, and then you are balanced on the back end. So that's how it works. I did win switch here. Gonna get one more Bone Club off here, and then we'll line Drapion here in this matchup. Okay, GoFest. Yeah, so GoFest in Summer, and here we go. This is kind of a weird... I'm actually surprised that this is so early, the Global GoFest, because normally it's broken down into 4. Pokemon Go is broken down into 4 seasons, and those 4 seasons have their own strengths and weaknesses. The best season is usually the summer months. So it's broken down into, I call it the summer months, which are June, July, August. And then the fall months, which are September, October, November. Winter, December, January, February. And then there's March, April, May. In Pokemon Go, basically the June through October, maybe November there, but definitely October with the Halloween, are the beast events. So usually you have the Dragon Community Day in June, and then they start doing the Global GoFest, not the like in-person events in July, and then usually the Global GoFest is end of July or beginning of August. So that way there's something to look forward to every part of summer, right? So you have like the Dragon Community Day in June, and then you have, if you travel and do the in-person GoFest in July, good time to travel there. And then if you don't, towards the end of July or August in the summer, you have an opportunity to look for the Global GoFest. And then you roll into like September, October, the Halloween. Halloween is one of the better Pokemon Go events. I think that when you're looking at just like the events during the year, I think the Halloween and I think the like Christmas holiday events are 2 of like the better events for getting Pokemon and everything, that like wanting to go out and grind the game with these sort of weekly events. The Halloween and the Christmas ones are the best. So it really is a nice stretch there, which is why I was extremely confused when the in-person Go Fest, which I already mentioned, I was not going to go to these in-person Go Fests anyways, unless they were in the Toronto Montreal corridor, and that was before the whole United States political issues that we're getting into with Canada here, right? So did not go to Global Go Fest, but I was very, very surprised to see Global Go Fest and in-person Go Fest in a span of like 3 weeks, all in June. Because basically what you're doing is you have the Jengmo Community Day and the Global Go Fest and the in-person Go Fest all within like 3 weeks of each other. And now my question is, what do we have to look forward to the summer? Like, it was, again, one of the better times to play Pokemon Go, especially if you're like in a country like Canada or anywhere that other seasons are very cold. In Canada, in Ontario, in Ottawa in particular, we had snow from November through April, and it was like minus 20 plus, like minus 20 more, I guess, negative, below minus 20 for many, many days, like weeks on end here. So it was a very long winter, which is not conducive to going out to play. So what is this summer going to be like in Pokemon Go? Like, what events do we have to look forward to? Like, I don't know. And again, the thing is, like, if you didn't go to the in-person Go Fest, you wouldn't like care anyways. You would just be like looking for Global Go Fest. But like when the in-person Go Fest happened, you can be like rated in and get some like unique Pokemon or trades or whatever to potentially get these new Pokemon to use. But now it's like everyone's gonna have a Crown, Sword and Shield, Zacian and Zamazenta today. No, I guess not today. By tomorrow, right? Doing all these raids, and then we're into what, July and August, and it's just gonna be a nothing. And September again. September is kind of September is like a cool down month usually, where Niantic used to go so hard in the summer months. They let you cool down in September before going hard in like October, November, December months there. So I don't know. I don't know what this game is going to be like in the summer. I don't know what we have to look forward to. There's going to be there's going to be 100 events in those months with community days, and I know Quaxley Community Day has already been announced. So Quaxley Community Day, there's going to be the other community days. There's going to be those throwback community days or retro community days, whatever they're calling it. And there'll be multiple events per week. But I was just looking at the event that I will cover on Monday morning. I'll cover it. The 9th anniversary event. It is basically a couple party hat events. And I'm just like, ooh, are we going to do this for 2 months? Are we going to do like nothing events for 2 months? And so I don't know. We'll see how the game goes. I don't know when. I keep saying Niantic. I know it's Scopely. I don't know when Scopely officially takes over. I know they've officially sold it. I know it's still like Niantic's arm. So Niantic sold that arm. So even though it's not Niantic, it's under Scopely now. It's still that arm that did the majority of the work. So I mean, like all the like programmers and stuff behind the scenes are probably the same anyways. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. If there's like any event that you think will come up this summer, or I'm just gonna go in the background here to look up the seasons to see if they've like announced anything. Like Delightful Days, June 3rd to September 2nd. Pokemon Go Fest is the first thing on this list. Debuts of Pokemon. So these pups have debuted, but these other fishy like type things have not debuted. New Max battles. Have all these Pokemon debuted in Max battles yet? I don't know. And then you just got the seasonal highlights. Okay. Yeah, right. Community days. Jangmo in June. Community Day Classic 5th, 6th. Don't know what it's going to be. The July Community Day will be Quaxley. And then we're going to have an August 30th Community Day, which again is a long time in between to not have much to look forward to. Seasonal rotations. And that's it. Seasonal bonuses. Yeah, they have not talked much about events. They never do when they announce those. You can like bookmark a couple of the days for community days if you want, but there's never much in their initial, like when they give the GBL, it's just like, here's your next 3 months for GBL. And when they give the Pokemon season, it's just like, save these dates, more information to come sort of thing. So it's not like you get a ton of information there. So now it's just like, what has been announced here? Partnership with Major League Baseball, not a thing. Unlock Behemoth Blade and Behemoth Bash, that is GoFest. First time in Europe, the Pokemon Go route. Again, it's a lot of Pokemon Go event. Pokemon Go Fest, Go Fest, Go Fest. And it's just like, Go Fest is done now. What do we do? The ninth year anniversary, which I'll cover on Monday. And that's it. The other two have been the hyper training. And that's it. We've covered everything that they have announced. So, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts below. As for me, I'm counting down the days. I'm so... love my kids to death. But when my daughter turned 6, she turned into a teenage girl with the most attitude. And my 3-year-old son, his personality is just mimicking his sister. So he's got the personality of just attitude right now too. So it is just crazy with these two right now. But they are gone Monday with my wife to my father-in-law's cottage. And they are gone, I kid you not, no less than 20 of the 31 days in July they will be at that cottage, because it's my wife's last summer off before she goes back to work in September, so she won't be able to do that next year, so she's just going hard with it this year. And I'm working, so I think I've taken like a week off staycation, but I'll just kind of stay here. Maybe I'll go visit them on the weekends, but just stay here and gonna golf and gonna just try and enjoy the summer, which is why I was almost like hoping, like, this is why I'm almost like more mad that I can't go do anything where there's like no real events right now, because it's like this is the first time in years that I actually have time potentially to go. I'll have like 20 days plus alone here that I can actually go play the game if I wanted to, but I don't know what they're gonna offer me here. So yeah, those are just my rambly thoughts. Again, I'm rambling because this team is just almost a repeat of the one yesterday, and I expect the views on this to be very, very, very low, given that you should be playing GoFest. So if you've played GoFest already, again, by the time this goes up, I know a lot of the world will have already played GoFest, right? Because this is going up at 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. Eastern time, and the other side of the world has already played. So how did your GoFest go if you played? Any tips? Yeah, if you're watching this and you've already played GoFest, anything that you liked about GoFest, anything you didn't like, anything that you think I should... Again, my focus is going to be just the raids and a few of the spawns. Outside of that, I think it's going to be a pretty chill GoFest. But if you saw something, or there was some sort of... I don't know. Like, I don't know. I know what's happening at GoFest. If there was just something that like happened to you, I guess it's just whether you have a good time at GoFest is going to be dependent on what your goals are and whether you can achieve those goals. And I know 95% of the people, and this does not apply to me, but 95% of the people, the success of their GoFest will be how many shinies did I get? Because GoFest is the time that you get shinies, right? And even in the comments when I was talking about like, what are you looking forward to GoFest? And one of the comments was, I'm looking forward to being able to get shinies that I don't have. And that has always been, when we have these GoFests, that has always been the people's views of how good the GoFest is. It's not all the spawns and then the rare spawns and it's a bit of the rare spawns on the incense. It's the global spawns are just kind of like whatever, for the most part. Some JBL, some maybe raiders, but usually the success is the incense spawns. So it's gonna be your Pachirisus and your Go-Goats, or whatever the baby version is there of Go-Goat. How many of those did you get that you would otherwise not normally get? And then the second part is, how many shinies did you get? And that is how people measure success of a global GoFest. And my global GoFest will be somewhat similar. It'll be like, how many of those rare spawns did I get? Did I get a hundo, Zacian and Zemzetta that I can use for Master League? I'm assuming I will do enough raids to be able to transform, so I'm not worried about that because my focus is going to be raiding. And then again, I don't care about shinies too much, but would I be happy if I got like 3 shinies? Probably not. Like usually you want at least 10. But again, as someone who doesn't hunt for shinies and doesn't really keep any more than 1 shiny and doesn't have a dex of shinies going, like that aspect is not as important to me. Anyways, thanks for listening to me just talk. Hope you had a good Go Fest. My goal, actually I should charge that now. I gotta charge my mic. My goal is to do a Go Fest vlog, and that will go up tomorrow morning to change up the Great League break here. So that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.